Hi, this is Supriyo. Welcome to the 101 MCQs for the month of July 2021. Now just a reminder, these MCQs, they have all been taken from my GA and BA MCQ course. So the links are in the description, so you can go and check it out. I have a bundle course which covers the budget and also the general awareness and the banking awareness. And I have another course which has only the general awareness and the banking awareness. Now you can go to the links in the description and in the comments and check them out. Now remember that for July, I have chosen 101 most important MCQs over here, but in my course itself you are going to find about 275 questions. So there are lots more questions which we cannot cover because of the duration of this video. So if you want all of them, you can go ahead and check out the course. It's going to be very beneficial, especially for the SBI JA examination and all the upcoming examinations. And now you know the drill. Before we begin, so just get out a pen and a paper and just note down your marks. So before you see the question answer, just attempt it yourself first, and then just tell me at the end of the session how much you have scored. That is going to be very useful. So you all know this and you are doing this for a long time, so there's nothing more to say. Let us begin with the questions. Question number 1. USA was ranked number 1 in the Global Startup Ecosystem Index 2021, while India was ranked number 20 with a score of how much? So the score of India, it was 8.833. Question number 2. Ashgabat, Turkmenistan was ranked as the world's most expensive city for foreign workers. What is the rank of Mumbai? So what's Mumbai's rank? It is 78. Which bank tied up with AWS, Amazon Web Services, for new digital financial services? This is Axis Bank. Question number 4. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank tied up with which company to provide loans to salaried professionals? So which company? It is Loan Tap. Question number 5. Reliance inked a pact with ADNOC to build a mega chemical plant it will be built in UAE. And also remember the full form of the ADNOC. So this is the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and they are actually creating a mega a chemical plant in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. So it's a very important development, a very important project, so remember it. Question number 6. India's rank in ITU's Global Cybersecurity Index 2020 with a score of 97.5. So what is the rank of India? It is rank 10. And also always remember who is the first ranked country. So USA is number 1 over here. So India's rank, USA's rank, both you have to remember. So the top ranked country always you have to remember in all of these rankings, whatever we talk about. Question number 7. How much loan was approved by World Bank to support India's informal working class affected due to the pandemic? It was $500 million. Question number 8. India reported a current account surplus of what percentage of the GDP in the pandemic hit FY21? So the surplus, it was 0.9%. And also remember that this surplus, this is the first time in 17 years that we have a surplus of the current account, because usually we run a current account deficit, right? But this time, because of the pandemic, the demand, it had actually reduced quite a lot. So we did not import that much. So most of our imports, they are the oil imports, as you know. So because we did not import that much oil, we did not have those many imports, so we actually enjoyed a current account surplus. So this is quite rare for India, so remember the exact figure. Question number 9. Who became the youngest ever chess grandmaster at the age of 12 years and 4 months? It is Abhimanyu Mishra. Which state launched Hausla scheme for women entrepreneurs? It was launched by Jammu and Kashmir. Asia's longest and world's 5th largest HST high-speed track was inaugurated where? It was inaugurated at Indore. So this track, it is actually called NATRAX, and this track, it is actually going to be used to test out all the high-end cars like the BMW, the Mercedes, etc, etc. So all the high-end testing, it's going to be done over there. The next question. Where was the 7th edition of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium IONS held? It was held at La Réunion, and this is actually a French territory, so that is where it was actually held. According to RBI's 23rd Financial Stability Report (FSR), total gross NPS of the scheduled commercial banks will rise to how much by March 2022? So it will rise to how much? It will rise to 9.8%. Name the first Indian PPI, prepaid payment instrument, launched by a non-bank payment system operator that is targeted at youngsters aged 15 to 24. So this is Omnicard. Question number 15. SBI donated how much to PM CARES Fund on its 66th Foundation Day, July 1, 2021? So this amount, this was actually donated by the employees of the State Bank of India actually. So they gathered the funds and they donated it. So the answer, it is 62 crore rupees. Next question. NABARD has sanctioned how much under the RIDF for drinking water supply and road projects in Odisha? It has sanctioned 388 crore rupees. World Bank increased its funding for combating COVID-19 to how much? It has been increased to $20 billion. Government increased retirement age of LIC chairman to how much? The answer, it is 62 years. Name the instant small loan service launched by Paytm. It has launched Postpaid Mini. Which airline was selected by ATW as the 2021 Airline of the Year? So this award, it was granted to Korean Air. Question number 21. New Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. Always remember these questions. They are very, very important. So the answer for this, it is Pushkar Singh Dhami. Flexi Loans partnered with which company to provide digital loans to SMEs? They have partnered with Google Pay. Question number 23. Which bank tied up with Creditas Solutions to offer digital self-service credit portal? It has been done by HDFC Bank. Government will sell up to 4% stake in which company, that is India's largest iron ore mining company? So the answer for this, it is National Mineral Development Corporation, or the NMDC. Which department has now been brought under Finance Ministry and become Finance Ministry's 6th department? Very important question. The answer is Department of Public Enterprises. Which bank crossed the market capitalization of 50,000 crore to become the second highest valued public sector bank? The answer for this, it is Indian Overseas Bank. Who is the first Indian female swimmer to ever qualify for the Olympics? So a matter of great pride for India. The answer is Mana Patel. DPIIT has set up a 25-member DCCI Development Council for the cement industry under the chairmanship of, so who's heading it? It is Puneet Dalmia. Next question. Axis Bank entered into a bancassurance agreement with which company? It is Max Bupa Health Insurance. Next question. Which company launched India's first AI-based home loan selection engine? It was launched by Easy Loan. According to FICCI, what will be the value of the Indian e-commerce industry by 2025? The value is going to be $188 billion. Who was re-elected as the Prime Minister of Sweden? The answer is Stefan Löfven. Where was the tallest sandcastle built? It stands 69 feet or 21 meters tall. The answer is Denmark. Question number 34. Now this is a very, very important question, maybe the most important question of this set. RBI has directed banks to shift from LIBOR to ARR by December 31, 2021. What does A stand for in ARR? The answer, it is alternate. So the ARR, what is the full form? It is the alternate reference rates. Now what is actually happening is that the LIBOR, or the London Interbank Offered Rate, so this is actually being phased away. So why this is being actually done? Because there was a scandal where many high profile financial institutions, they had colluded together and they had actually done some fixing in the rates. So that is why the LIBOR's prestige and the reputation, it has totally been damaged. And so everyone all over the world, they are actually moving away from LIBOR to some other ARR. So there are various kinds of ARRs which are the alternate reference rates. So what are we going to replace it by? So there is something called the secured overnight financing rate. So that is the SOFR. So that is one of the alternatives that has been explored, and many international institutions are moving to this one. And there is also something else called the SONIA. So what is the full form of this? So it is the Sterling Overnight Interbank Average Rate. So that is also another ARR that they are moving towards. So these two are the most popular ones. So SOFR, this is the most important one, and I think many Indian banks, they are also starting to have these SOFR rates. So remember this, it's a very important question and it's a very important financial news. The next question number 35. MasterCard, MMOPL and which bank tied up to unveil one Mumbai Metro card for cashless and contactless travel? The answer, it is Axis Bank. Next question. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry announced that IILB, India Industrial Land Bank, will achieve pan-India integration by which date? It will be done by December 2021. 37. Government removed the chairman post for which organization and replaced it with CEO and MD post? The answer is LIC. USA is the 4th largest supplier of crude oil to India in 2020. Which country is at position number 1? The answer is Iraq. Who was approved by RBI for a 3-year extension as Federal Bank MD and CEO? The answer for this is Shyam Srinivasan. Nirmala Sitharaman attended the 3rd G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors meeting held virtually from Venice, Italy. Executive Board of the IMF approved how much SDR to support economically vulnerable nations battle against COVID? The answer for this is $650 billion. Which small finance bank secured RBI approval to amalgamate its promoter into itself? The answer is Equitas Small Finance Bank. Who won the men's singles title at Wimbledon 2021 to win a record equaling 20 Grand Slam titles? This is very important. The answer is Novak Djokovic. So now Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, all three of them are tied at 20 Grand Slam titles apiece. So it's a very important development. Question number 44. Winner of the UEFA Euro 2020 Football Championship? The answer is Italy. Copa America 2021 Football Championship winner? The answer is Argentina. Question number 46. Okay, this is another very important question. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs incorporated the bad bank NARCL with an authorized capital and paid up capital respectively of how much? Very important. The answer is 100 crore which is your authorized capital and 74.6 crore which is your paid up capital. So both of these values, they are very important. So please remember that these are authorized capital and paid up capital. And what is the full form of the NARCL? It is the National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited. Now remember that NARCL, they are going to house the loans, the bad loans which are of 500 crore or above. So if you have some debt that is 500 crore or above and they have become NPS, then those assets will be transferred to NARCL. It's the bad bank that we had been talking about. And remember that NARCL, they are actually doing an AMC plus an ARC, both joint kind of organizational structure. So they have an asset reconstruction company and also an asset management company. So both of these two things are going to work in coordination and they are trying to just bring down the bad loans that we have in India. So it's a very important news. So please remember all the details. Question number 47. With RBI's new retail direct facility, individual investors can now invest into government securities with an RDG account. So G stands for what? G stands for gilt. So what's the full form of the RDG? It is the Retail Direct Gilt Account. So this is a very important account by which you and I, the common investors, we can invest into government securities. Very important development. Question number 48. First country to partner with NPCI's overseas arm to launch UPI QR code payments in that country? Answer is Bhutan. Chandigarh University organized the 40th anniversary celebration of India's first communication satellite, named what? It was Apple Satellite. Question number 50. Who is the first cricketer to score 14,000 runs in T20 cricket? The answer is Chris Gayle. Okay, I hope that you are marking out your answers first. Please go ahead and attempt these questions yourself first before you see the answer that I am telling you. It's very important, and at the end of the session, please write down in the comments how much you have scored, and you can actually check later on how much you had scored the first time that you had attempted these questions. And of course, if you want to get access to all the different types of questions for March till August, I have the entire course, so you can go to the links in the description and in the comments and you can check it out. Let's move to the next question. Where will NTPC REL set up India's largest solar park? It will be set up in the Rann of Kutch, Gujarat. Question number 52. Who was sworn in as Nepal's Prime Minister for the 5th time? Very important question. It is Sher Bahadur Deuba. India will host the BWF World Badminton Championships that will be held in 2026. India's first grain ATM was set up as a pilot project in Gurugram. Question number 55. The busy accounting software tied up with which bank for banking solutions? So which bank did they tie up with? They tied up with ICICI Bank. IFC, the International Finance Corporation, invested how much in MedGenome to help India get access to COVID-19 testing and support related research? The answer is $16.5 million. What is the target of blue economy that India is seeking through its deep ocean missions? The answer is $100 billion. Khelo India University Games will be hosted by which Indian state in March 2022? Karnataka. PFRDA, the Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority, has increased the FDI limit of NPS fund managers from the current 49% to how much? Very important. The answer is 74%. Question number 60. The European Union proposed the world's first carbon border tax from which year? So they have a plan to cut emissions by 55% from the 1990 levels by 2030. The answer, it is 2026. Which bank signed an MOU with NABARD to improve priority sector lending PSL in Maharashtra? It was signed by Bank of Maharashtra. Who has been appointed chairman of IAMAI, Internet and Mobile Association of India? Sanjay Gupta. Name the Pulitzer Prize winning Indian journalist who was killed by the Taliban in Afghanistan. The answer is Danish Siddiqui. SEBI introduced an expected loss EL based rating scale for CRAs, credit rating agencies. How many levels does it have? So how many levels do they have? They have 7 levels. Who won the British Grand Prix 2021? And it was his 99th Grand Prix victory. So this is a very important question. The answer is Lewis Hamilton. So one of the all-time greats in the Formula 1 racing. Question number 66. Which state developed the app Raj Kisan Organic for the sale and purchase of organic produce? The answer is Rajasthan. Which company will build India's first green hydrogen plant at the Mathura refinery in Uttar Pradesh? It will be built by IOC, Indian Oil Corporation. First Indian state to implement blockchain powered educational documents. So India becomes the 4th country to adopt it. Very, very important. This is Maharashtra. Which bank entered into a strategic partnership with SMC Global Securities Limited to offer online trading services? It was done by Dhanlakshmi Bank. Paytm Payments Bank customers can now use their fixed deposit balances held with which bank to make instant payments? The answer is IndusInd Bank. So now you can directly make the payments from the fixed deposit balances, the FD balances that is held in the IndusInd Bank account. Which bank tied up with HPCL to introduce a co-branded Super Saver credit card? Which bank is this? This is ICICI Bank. Which High Court became the first in India to allow public viewing of proceedings? The Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, has actually launched it. So this is the Gujarat High Court. Grow Capital signed a co-lending partnership with which bank to lend to MSMEs at a competitive rate of interest? This was signed with Bank of Baroda. Who have been named the Women's and Men's Footballer of the Year 2020-21 by the All India Football Federation? The answer is Bala Devi and Sandesh Chingan. China unveiled the world's fastest ground vehicle, the new maglev train, which has a top speed of how much? The top speed is 600 km per hour. Jeff Bezos and 3 others completed the first human passenger flight for Blue Origin aboard the rocket named what? It was named the New Shepard. And also remember that Richard Branson, he also made the first flight. So it was aboard the Unity 22 aboard their Virgin Galactic spacecraft. So that's also a similar development to Jeff Bezos' own space flight. Question number 77. Which state launched One Block, One Product scheme to promote small industries in rural areas? It was launched by Haryana. Which country launched the world's largest emissions trading system and replaced the European Union as the largest carbon market? So it was done by China. The world's first 3D printed steel bridge was opened for the public where? So it was opened in Amsterdam. President Xi Jinping announced that China will aim to hit peak emissions before 2030 and for carbon neutrality by which year? So they will be carbon neutral by 2060. Former Indian footballer who will be honored with Mohan Bagan Ratna posthumously in 2021. It will be given to Shivaji Banerjee. Which country will host the 2032 Summer Olympics? Very important question. The answer is Australia. UNESCO removed which site from the World Heritage Sites list during the 44th session of the World Heritage Committee? So which site was removed? It was the Liverpool Maritime Mercantile City. Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Finance, who has been appointed as member of the UN Tax Committee among 25 others. So who got this honor? It was Rashmi Ranjan Das. Name former RBI Governor Bimal Jalan's new book. Very important question. The answer is The India Story, an epic journey of democracy and development. Question number 86. Niti Aayog launched Renewables Integration in India 2021 in partnership with which organization? It was launched with International Energy Agency. Question number 87. Singapore will help to build the world's largest floating solar farm at the cost of $2 billion in which country? It will be built in Indonesia. Question number 88. RBI increased the threshold of personal loans granted to any directors and relatives of other banks and raised it to how much? It was raised to 5 crore rupees. Question number 89, very important. RBI will introduce CBDC in a phased manner soon. What does the second C in CBDC stand for? The answer is currency. So CBDC, it stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. So now what is happening is that many central banks, they are looking towards creating their own CBDCs or central bank digital currencies. So because right now cryptocurrencies and all the digital currencies, they are becoming so much popular. So the central banks, they also want to innovate and they also want to launch some new products so that these new currencies, they can actually be adopted in the mass market. So RBI is also looking at launching its own CBDC. Question number 90. SBI selected which financial services firm as National Corporate Business Correspondent of the bank? It was Paisalo Digital. Which 800-year-old temple became India's 39th UNESCO World Heritage Site? Very important, it was the Rudreshwara Temple. IFC, the International Finance Corporation, sanctioned how much loan to HDFC Limited to boost green housing finance in India? They have sanctioned $250 million. Which became the first country in the world to approve genetically modified golden rice for production? It was Philippines. Which bank in collaboration with CSC launched a 10 lakh overdraft facility for shopkeepers, merchants and small retailers? It was launched by HDFC Bank. Government will sell 8% stake in HUDCO via an offer for sale to raise how much money? So they are going to raise 720 crores. Which became the first city in India to provide clean tap drinking water through Sujal project? It was done by Puri. With a 3.1% share in global agri exports, what is India's rank in World Trade Organization's Agricultural Produce Exporters 2019 report? The answer is 9th. So India has the rank 9. Who was appointed as the 23rd Chief Minister of Karnataka? It is Basavaraj Bommai. Question number 99. Max Bupa Health Insurance has been rebranded as what? Very important. The answer is Niva Bupa. Question number 100. The G20 Environmental Ministerial Meeting 2021 was held in a hybrid format from which country? It was held in Italy. So we are going to the last question. I hope that you have marked your answers. Please let me know at the end of this session how much you have scored. It's going to be very, very useful to you. So write down in the comments how much you have scored. And question number 101, the final question for this session. SBI topped the list of the public sector banks writing off NPAs in 2021 with a total written off value of how much? A very, very important question. The answer is 34,402 crore rupees. So that's the total value that has been written off. And now if you want to get access to all these questions and more, so you can check out my course. I have linked in the description and in the comments. So it's going to be very beneficial for all the upcoming examinations. I hope that you have learned something from this session and that it was beneficial to you. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button and share it with your friends. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, please click on the subscribe button and do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you, my friend, do not miss any future update. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.